Guys, hope you're good. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Chris Bradley, owner of the MRR agency and fitnessads.ai. And today I've got an exciting one for you. By the end of this video, you will have much more of a clearer understanding of your marketing. And I want to shift your paradigm a little bit when it comes to marketing. And this is going to apply to in-person businesses and online businesses because they're very, very similar and people just think they're totally separate. So I've been thinking about doing this video for a while, but I've just not been able to pinpoint exactly how to communicate it. So I'll take you back to when I was an online coach, and it started to be really, really popular that if you're an online coach who trained people from different countries, and it's pretty cool, you help people from different backgrounds, different environmental stuff, more nutritional challenges or nutritional changes at least. It's pretty cool. But then I looked about and I was like, well, I've got 80 clients and they're all from Scotland. Now, of course, that could be my accent. It could just be me playing small. I don't know. But I was like, I've got 80 clients, then I was at 90 clients, then I opened a gym. And to be honest with you, I was like happy with that. And then I started to get some clients down England and stuff like that as well. But the biggest thing it taught me was like, there's a lot of people pushing this online global thing. And now that social media is so big, we have coaches who, business owners who just maybe lack some social media skills, they lack design skills. They're not that confident yet. They haven't done the reps. And so they're fighting this battle with social media to push their content globally. And I think it's a flawed concept, to be honest with you, considering there's a lot of business owners out there who just want stability. And stability is probably like 30 to 40 clients. That's proper stability before you start scaling. And in some cases, people watching this, you'd be happy with 30, 40, and that would be you. Okay. So I want to talk to two different types of business owners here. Obviously, the offline business and the online business. Now, the offline business in my world is obviously personal trainers, Pilates instructors, physios, gym owners, small group PT, coaches in commercial gyms and stuff. So if you look over here, we've got offline. So that's what offline means. And for those of you who are quite new to the game, you might be like, offline, what does that mean? So offline biz. And then if we look at it here, this is obviously just for some reference here to look at PTs, gyms, and this applies to even if you're a massage therapist, anything that you work from a postcode and a location and an address, and people come to receive the service from you, okay? That's the big idea. And then we have the online coaches. And this is obviously the opposite in terms of like you sell your product online, whether it's information, whether it's some sort of consulting or coaching, whatever it might be. And, straight away, you immediately think, okay, this is, playing with the algorithm. This is, my content has to be global. Nowadays, when we think about Instagram algorithm stuff, we're like, right, okay, my content has got to go on the discovery feed. Like it has to go on there for me to grow. And now in some cases, I've seen some gyms who do the same. They literally fight with the algorithm. Now, this is what I want to very quickly show you is like, if you have an offline business, right, and you create social media content, then you have this piece of content here that you're pushing out. As soon as you post that to like an Instagram or a Facebook, it's going to go to some of your followers who hopefully are in that location and they may see it. But if we just like be really, really serious here, like only 10% of your followers actually see your content. And you just have to hope that, 10% of them are actually people in this postcode. Because remember, when you're an offline business, this is your radius. Let's say this is your postcode here. And you can only work with people who are in this sort of like, I'll draw a bigger circle here, but who can only work with people who are in this sort of like 5 to 10 mile radius if you're lucky. And so when you post a piece of content to the algorithm and only 10% are seeing it, you're pushing it out to the world. The algorithm takes it and goes, is this good? Do people actually like it? Chances are it's never going in your discovery feed. So, and obviously you'd want that to go out there and for people to discover you. So if we have this theory in place, right, and then we actually go, well, what's the end game here? Well, the end game is to get people to come to the postcode and address and actually sign up to the services. And it's like, right, okay, so if we can only target these people, is Instagram or is wrestling with an algorithm the best choice? Is that the best tool? And I see younger business owners every day because they've grown up with social media, just posting content all the time. And you're kind of in this loop of like no one in the area knows you. You're posting a piece of content and it's just going out to the big bad world. So you have to think about that for a minute. And so what's the alternative then? Well, this is where you have to put more effort into sort of like, local ads. Obviously, you have word of mouth as well. So local ads, right? Well, see this piece of content here, you were going to post organically, run an ad, and tell the platforms only show it to people within a 5 to 10 mile radius. There you go. Word of mouth. You're not going to be part of a gym, right? And tell people on the other side of the world about it. You're going to be part of a gym, and then you're going to be telling your friends at a coffee shop. You're going to be out, socializing. Yeah, I go to the gym just at the industrial estate over there. Do you know what it is? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Now, how does this then apply to coaches, right? Because this sounds pretty obvious. It's local-based marketing. So when you look at it, it's like online coaches, they immediately just think, okay, I need to go viral. I need to go semi-viral. I need to post global content. But I think there's a really cool opportunity here for you to think about if you're struggling to grow your online business. I think there's a bit of a hybrid opportunity here for you. And this is where you need to think about, like, what does local marketing do well? And when we think of online, yes, we need discovered. Yes, like we would love to help people from all different countries and stuff like that, different time zones, maybe. But honestly, like if you just want 30 to 40 clients, why do you have to look across different parts of the world? Why? Because here's the kicker, right? What we're trying to do here is we're trying to find 30 to 40 people. But not just that, we're trying to find relatable humans. And what is more relatable than your accent? Knowing the gyms they go to in the city that you're from. And so, yeah, we can have this long-term play where we're trying to attract people from all over the world. But honestly, like if you're just learning and applying your trade and you want to get better at what you do, how can we find relatable humans like accent, time zone? Like if you're a new coach or a new business owner and you're sitting there trying to battle with time zones, why do that to yourself? And, when we think of this in a marketing sense and we zoom out a little bit, as an online coach, why, like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? So when we run local-based marketing for gyms and in-person businesses, we're always very much like, attention, people from this city, if you're in and around this, area, we'd love to help. We're looking for females who want to do X, Y, Z without, feeling this. If that's you, I'd love you to pop down, get this free thing. Now that's a typical in-person ad. Now let's flip this to online coaching, just really simply. Imagine an ad for an online coach instead of being like, here's your 5 tips for fat loss to the big bad world. Imagine being like, these 5 tips will get people in Glasgow in shape in 14 days. And this is a lead magnet. So you could be like, attention people of Glasgow, this right here is the secret for Glasgow females to, build their glutes, build their quads, and get their shoulders, like to create that, shape or whatever, right? I'm spitballing here, but it's a free guide. I'd love to give it to you. Just comment the word glutes and I'll send it over. Do you think that would perform better than a generic out to the big bad world? 100%. Glasgow's got this is my example for Glasgow, but it's got 500,000 people in it. And by the way, so an example of Glasgow, whatever your city is. So Glasgow, I said the gender, I said the age, and I only need 30 to 40 clients. By the way, not only that, bonus points, but like when you build a community and you can have catch-up meetings, like once a month or whatever, if you're an online coach, you're going to have people at it. You can go to High Rocks together, you can go for coffee together, create this community as well. So I would love for you to just start thinking like, okay, let's go for the hybrid approach here. Are we going to go out as an online coach and hand out, leaflets to local, houses? Probably not, but offline would. But the next time you're posting on social media, I just want you to think like, how can I just call to action the people in my country? How can I do that? Because you will have so much more success in getting to these 30 to 40 clients. And another thing as well is like, see, once your city knows you and you start to get opportunities in that city, like speaking opportunities and stuff, because your ads are there all the time, people know you, the word of mouth, it keeps spreading and spreading, the opportunities are going to happen. Whereas if you're just like, I'm this generic online coach who travels to different countries and there's no real country associated to you, it's going to be harder to get opportunities and future growth as well. So stop trying to be seen by everyone and start being known by the right people. That's your best kickstart. Don't make it hard for yourself, right? And that's it. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, pop a comment in the comment section. I'd love for you to do that. And yeah, subscribe if you feel this is valuable and we keep these up, because I love doing them. I love going a little bit deeper in topics. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.